Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
Troy's so excited. He's so excited. He's cursing and had to mute himself right out of the gate.
Right out of
And Matt's back, baby.
Wait,
Welcome Matt back to the chat. This is Matt Simon.
The markets hate it. Are we down 60?
Yes.
Okay. I just looked.
Let's just jump straight into this because we all know what this is about. Overnight action. Yeah. Inflation. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows what this is about this Friday.
Uh-oh.
You
haven't, you know what, man? He hasn't used that all week. He hasn't used that. I love that.
No, Fridays are for Iran.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, chat. Good morning, ticker. It is so. I have so much. Did you guys see this block thing last night? This block announcement.
I don't even know what blocks is. I saw the announcement, but I have yet to look.
So block is publicly traded, and it's run by Payday for DCs. I'm hoping so, man, Fred. If we stay down and vol keeps ramping, that would be nice. Block is the parent company that owns, I think, both Square and Cash App. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But Jack Dorsey, so the OG Twitter guy, Jack Dorsey started. Jack Dorsey, famously from St. Louis. Block is
okay.
Square. I think Block, Square, Cash App is all the same company, and they've changed their name several times. But he basically fired half the company last night on Twitter, and so I don't work at Block. Spoiler alert. But I saw all this stuff that it was like, it was immediately what I saw the messaging on Twitter was, oh, this is the start of the AI culling. Like people are just going to companies are going to do this because the stock went up after hours. This is an immediate reaction. I don't know if it's up now. That would actually hop on and look here.
Block is an AI company?
Well, no, but maybe yes. I mean, is everything an AI company is the question. So
just up a cool 20% overnight.
Is it still up that with the market down?
I mean, that's what pre-market.
Wow.
Oh, so it still is. Okay, perfect.
So you think this could continue in this trend?
Well, so there was a lot of nuanced discussion about how they threw this $70 million party a week ago and how they ballooned during COVID and how this was, I mean, I saw a couple takes that people knew this was coming. This was basically him just firing everybody who didn't want to go back to the office. So I don't know. It just made the headlines. And
can you get more details on this? I've never been to a $70 million party.
Dan, that's the right question. That is the right question.
Do you know what they have do you know what they have at $70 million birthday parties?
I can't even imagine, Troy.
2 cakes.
2 cakes.
It said a $68 million. Now this is again. This is unconfirmed. I could be spreading fake news.
This is even more exciting than some of when you look at the movie. Remember the wedding at the in The Godfather? I mean, the mafia would throw some exciting parties. They'd bring in Frank Sinatra. They'd bring in all these guys. I mean, 70 million. That's not easy to spend that much at a party. I mean, that's a big party. I mean,
there should be significant, like at that point, you're not doing pony rides. You're doing like
You're Arabian horses.
or like humpback whales or something. It's like we built a beluga tank for you to come ride dolphins in during our $68 million party.
I found the CNN. Let me, that beacon of truth, CNN. But let me
XYZ is the ticker, by the way, for Block.
Yeah. Come on. Block lays off nearly half of its staff because of AI. Its CEO said most companies will do the same. Dorsey thinks most companies will follow suit in the near future. A significantly smaller team using the tools we're building can do more and do it better, and intelligence tool capabilities are compounding faster every week. Strangely enough, I can't pronounce, said it even more plainly in the tech company financial guidance. We see an opportunity to move faster with smaller, highly talented teams using AI to automate more work.
Sounds like special ops, smaller group.
That's right.
Can I just say one thing on this?
Yes.
Please.
Jack Dorsey, I think, was running Twitter until Elon took over. I mean, I know there was an interim.
He wasn't running it, but he created Twitter.
Okay. There was an interim guy. Okay. Jack Dorsey was running Twitter, right? Elon comes in, and there's a lot of hand-wringing over whether Twitter or X right now is better or worse than it was before Elon. Okay. I think you could make the argument that in a lot of respects, the algo has changed, but the platform itself still functions in a similar way, right?
Yeah.
And Elon comes in from a company that Dorsey started, right? And cut like 90% of the, like they had, 80% of the staff, like cut it. And there was, like, I remember the weekend that happened, there was no change to the product. Like,
so you say when Trump came in, he cut 80%?
No. Elon. Elon came into Twitter, he cut 80% of the staff. And I guess my point is simply this. I think that cutting 40% of your company staff is crazy. Like, if Eli Lilly did that, like a manufacturing company, would be like, what's going on? Because like there's people running machines and maintaining machines and doing like physical stuff. I'm just saying this has happened before. I'm not saying anything other than, but the Twitter comparison, a company that Jack Dorsey also ran and was partially at least responsible for the staff level, they cut that by 80%. And the product, a lot of people would say, got better. So that's all I'm saying is I'm not an AI expert.
As someone who
is
had
anybody an AI expert? Go ahead.
I'd like to go ahead and just raise my hand on that, if you don't mind.
Yes.
As someone who went on a night hike with a dear friend last night just to talk about AI and how evil it is, and side note, I'll describe this hike. We were going to go on a park that had a lit pathway, so it's a longer pathway, but it's lit at night. Well, we're waterlogged. We got on the path, so we're jammed because it's rained so much here. So we decided it's a big giant parking lot. Let's just, we're rucking, so we've got the weighted rucksacks.
Oh, that's it.
Let's just walk in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, there's two cars. The couple's clearly having sex at the park.
What?
And it's
I didn't expect this. In the story, I didn't expect it to go that way. I'll be honest with you.
So what do? Do we give them their privacy? No.
Oh,
like the walls of Jericho, we ruck around this car, just them and us, for like 45 minutes.
No, you didn't, Troy.
No, you did not.
Talking about AI. Talking about AI. So
anyway, I was in sight. When you say around, please tell me you weren't like in sight of.
But like 3 feet from them. Listen. You go to a park to make love. I go to a park to make war. Someone's going to win?
Coming in.
Someone's going to win. So,
this does have a parental label on it. The podcast.
Anyway,
the broadcast does.
Listen, I'm not here to tell you where babies come from.
That's definitely
Tom's job. Wow. That's Tom's job. But I will say this: AI. Here's my hot take. There, as a software developer, I have a lot of pride in my work. I feel like we do a good job. There is an existential thing with software where you say, you know, we've used terms like craftsmanship. You know, you do a good job, things like that. You try to do the best work you can. I wonder if this is the great truth telling of all of that, to say what you did was never craftsmanship. What you did can be torn down by computers and be rebuilt by computers. And so for those who like aren't scared of AI at this point, my question would be like, what makes your job not replaceable by a machine?
Well,
and if there's jobs that you can have a clear answer, right? Like you run a soccer program for kids.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about this. There's like a soccer warehouse in this parking lot that they do like kids soccer stuff. That guy might go out of business one day. There might be like a competitor, but it ain't going to be like Optimus robot.
Well, that's where I was actually going with that, is if you start talking about robots, then.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, is like there's a moat to that physicalness.
It's
like, are you going to drop your kids off with the army of robots for the robots to teach them soccer? I mean, maybe some people will. I certainly wouldn't leave my kids with a bunch of Elon Musk robots at this point.
Right. Troy, let me ask you real quick. And Matt, is Jack Dorsey, when he was saying, you know, that's a lot of people he laid off, right?
Yeah, 40% or half the company.
40%. So let's say, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000.
Yes.
Did he say something? We want to be leaner or meaner? Did he say it's totally as a result of AI, or just because for me, I'm like, did he overhire how many people did you know?
It's not just you saying that. A lot of people are saying that, Dan. That's a good, that's a comment.
He did say AI is the reason.
Oh, okay. He did. Okay.
I just read it. I mean, he literally said the AI tools will allow us to be leaner and meaner.
So let's see. Yeah, I mean,
it's still a big number, 6,000 or whatever.
It's about half the company.
The CFO, I quote, "We see an opportunity to move faster with smaller, highly talented teams using AI to automate their work."
Yes, that's where it was. I don't think Dorsey said that, but yes.
Dorsey's quote was, "A significantly smaller team using the tools we're building can do more and do it better. And intelligence tool capabilities are compounding faster every week."
Yeah.
Okay.
Plumbers are safe.
Well, listen, man, I'm on
I love the chat. I love the chat's still in on the parking lot story, which I love. Like they're not interested in the AI.
They're not letting that. I mean, that was like take your breath away story. I mean, and
could you imagine? You get your girlfriend. I mean, it's a high schooler. I don't know.
Going back,
wife.
You bring it. Yeah, you want. Yeah, that's right. I know all of our wives would love that. You bring your high school sweetheart to the park. You went for a walk. You know, you're necking, whatever. You just see two dudes. I literally, my buddy has a rucksack. I have like a weighted vest that literally looks like a bulletproof vest. It looks like I'm ice. I mean, honestly,
so you look like ice agents.
So we're just walking around like two ice agents, 6'2" dude. Like my buddy's taller than me, and like I love the idea of it. I love the idea of just like how much of a downer that could be for a dude to see us coming.
2.6. It's like, yeah.
So if you're in a parking lot with your friend at night, you see Troy coming, there ain't no rest for the weary on that one.
No rest for the
so anyway, AI is coming for us all. Your job is probably replaceable, and you fell for a trap where we thought the Matrix was real for a long time, and all this is showing us that it was never real. Real life is real. Physical things still matter. And so you're presented with a huge opportunity now to do things. But forget all that. I want to talk about.
Forget all that.
He
takes us down a street.
Oh my gosh, Troy.
Yeah, he wants us to easily come back. I don't know if we can. I mean, he's taking us down this road.
What I want to talk about is, listen, have I made some bad predictions? No, I haven't. I've made some inaccurate ones, but I haven't made some bad ones.
No.
Guys, Iran's getting bombed this week.
He's tripling down. He's tripling.
Quadrupling down.
Here's the thing. Every time I think I'm being ridiculous, literally you get a news story where it's like China evacuates all
Right. I
citizens from
saw
the
that.
Middle East.
Yeah.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, that was an overnight thing. Like, I'm not the only one that sees the tactical things happening and being like, Now, I'm just saying, and we've said this before, if Trump's negotiating, it's a heck of a different style of negotiating than he usually does. That's all I'm saying.
It is, yeah.
You know,
And what did China do real quick? China did what?
They evacuated, like, I think they're citizens from the Mideast. Chat, you can tell me exactly what it was. Let me find the headline.
Last night, very strategic. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to find this just because it's important, I think, for the China embassy in Israel issues urgent notice on security. Above that, 5:32 a.m. China urges citizens in Iran to evacuate immediately.
Okay.
So
weekend. This could be the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, long sporn. Does AI job replacement mean it's bad for the economy and good for the market? Well, we're dropping last night and this morning. This has been coming for a while, and yet the market is near highs.
Still there, yeah.
So, guys, what do you think of that? I mean, that's an interesting question.
Listen. The chat is smart. Nobody knows. That's the
There's
that
nothing
is
artificial about the intelligence of the chat. We're all in agreement on that.
Yeah, that's the question. Troy, did you talk about that? I'm going to say the name wrong. That paper that the Substack company wrote that supposedly caused the sell-off. Did you talk about that the other day? You know what I'm talking about?
You talk about squeeze?
No, the cow. Was it Friday it came out? There was a paper that supposedly caused the sell-off from I'm trying to find it. Somebody help me out, chat. You guys knew who this was. I'm going to say that I want to say Citrini, but that's not right. This Substack author published a paper they published two papers, the bear case for AI for the markets and the bull case for AI for the markets. And the bear case started word SPX. It's 2027. SPX is at 3,800. We're down 40% from our peak, etc. Like AI has come. And then there was we are not going to replace Rusty with AI. 100%. Actually, thank you. I can't long P-Schwarm. Thank you. That's exactly what I was. Citrini research. I'm all over the place. Not only are we not replacing Rusty, Team OO is growing. We're trying to clone Rusty. We tried to use AI to clone Rusty. He didn't know about this because he does not like AI. He's an artist. We couldn't clone him, but we did get Rusty a helper. We did get Rusty a compadre. We did get
a real
Rusty,
helper.
We did get Rusty a running mate. So Team OO is growing. If you didn't know, we've added some folks this year. Very exciting times. What I want to talk about is Citrini research. That's exactly it. This paper right here. To answer the question, I don't think anybody knows what it's going to be for the market. And the take that I saw on Twitter, Troy, you're really trying to talk about Iran. I'm sorry. The chat brought me back. Nobody knows. So Troy, here's the segue. Nobody knows what would happen with AI in the market. What would happen with the market in Iran?
Someone asked this.
Not the Iranian market, but what happened to the SPX if this Iran strike
Zippo
happens?
Joker, shout out Zippo Joker. How long does one get on the Iran attack pullback? This is the joke of it all, is that I'm saying, hey, I've got these puts, blah, blah, blah. I'm building an arsenal myself. I too have 9 million destroyers waiting. I fully assume if we attack Iran Saturday night, that the market will be green by Monday morning.
Do you actually?
I agree with that.
There's two scenarios.
Yeah.
If everything goes according to plan, which with America it usually does. I think they will. If not, listen, I'll extend it just to be realistic. If not by Monday morning, by Monday at lunch. I think it'd be a massive buy the event, buy the dip. Now, because the event's over.
Yeah. I
Now,
agree.
if it does not go, or if they attack and then 2 days later they say, hey, we're not done, it's wartime, I could see some extended down move a little bit for a couple days.
Yeah.
I want to put Dan on the spot and say, Dan, how do you hedge for something when VIX is already over 20?
Well, this is a different conversation.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, but again, you think about, like Troy mentioned, and there's many variations. Let's just take one strategy. Well, a couple ideas, but one, like a reverse iron condor. A reverse iron condor, yes, it has some long vega, but not, I mean, because you're selling an option against it, right? Did I just
sorry, Troy, I'm with you. Long reverse iron condor, how the short and the long option impact the vega. Troy just built a second story to his house, and you just took the air out of the room, Troy, because we were all looking at your camera instead of listening to Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's
well,
okay.
Dan,
That was more. I was watching Troy too. But I think, like, again, reverse iron condors. I mean, in the just because Matt's here, I have to say it. When we were in the pits, you would do more.
Yes.
In a portfolio margin account, you could do like when the vol's high, reverse iron condors, where you would just instead of doing some type of regular calendar, whether it be at the money or a little bit out of the money, you reverse it. You buy the short term, sell the far out. It's a short vega trade, and you have long gamma. So I mean,
like a reverse calendar.
Yeah, reverse calendar. But I think if you're looking
for Liberation Day,
if you're looking for stuff that's relatively neutral, you're talking your ratio back spread, but as Troy said, the vol's too high. But reverse iron condor, reverse calendar are strategies that can do pretty well, I think.
Yeah, and I put a Rick would be in the more beginner, straightforward bucket. The inverse calendar, reverse calendar would be under the more advanced bucket. So if this is your first time watching the show, this isn't financial advice, but you're not going to want to put on an inverse calendar.
Yeah, but I would say even more, it's not so much, you could argue, there's some things involved with understanding a Rick, but to me, the beautiful thing with a Rick is it's cheap margin. I mean, you can make a really good yield, right? If you do I would not recommend doing reverse iron condors or ratio back spreads in a Reg T account, a normal account, because it eats up too much margin. I think the Rick is it's really nice. And you can do ratio. I mean, there's so many variations you can do that. I'm just thinking Troy and Matt more relatively neutral type stuff. Troy, what are you thinking for like a relatively neutral? I mean, could you do a really wide double calendar or ratio, or what would you? I mean, that's tough with the vol high, right? Or
100 VIX, 100 put calendars, 100 SPY puts, 100 VVIX, 100. The
arsenal. The arsenal. Of
SQQ calls.
We're talking about the arsenal over here. So, I think I'll tell you what I did, and today this is actually an interesting, and I'll let the chat determine what is the cause of my good morning so far in ES. But last week I talked about how I put on. We've been in a range, so I put on a bunch of ES calendars at the 6,700 strike and the 7,000 strike. Okay.
Okay.
So 300-point range, the range we've been and put in.
ES calendars.
ES calendars. The shorts expire today. The longs expire Monday. Yesterday, when we were down 40, right in the middle of the range, right, they got crushed. Like the longs, Monday's longs got crushed. Now, if you're a conspiratorial person, and I am, it was right around the time that Iran came out and said, hey, the talks were awesome. Right? So, okay, cool. Well, all of that premium has been reinflated into my longs for Monday this morning. And it came right around the time that China said we're evacuating people. Now, what does that tell you? It tells me in my mind, it could be inflation related.
Sure.
I just think that they keep Trump's playing with everybody and that like everybody doesn't know, do you keep the premium in the weekend or do you take it out? The market makers, I think, would love to take that premium out if they could today.
Yeah.
But if there's any risk, they're going to hold that vol in there, Dan. Is that right?
I like what you did. So you did, what would you call it when you put the trade on, you basically did a DC in the E-minis, maybe a week out when you did it, right? Or when did you do this?
This was, I think, last Friday.
Okay. So this would be like a week trade, right?
Yep.
Was this like a 5, would you say a 5 delta in the puts, 10 delta in the calls, or
didn't even look at delta? I should have. I didn't even look at deltas. I just looked at the range we had been in.
I think that's a good pick. I mean, so that's a tough for as a card try. Do you let some out at the end of the day if there's a panic? But there's still no panic yet in any stretch. Which 21 VIX is not a panic. Do you at this point? What would you at this point if someone said, Troy, we're at the end of the day, this is where the market is. VIX is 21. Maybe we're at 6,800 or I don't know, 60. What would you do? I mean,
if we got to 6,800 today, I would take half of them off and then try to sell put spreads 0 day. If we get to 6,800, like in the first hour, I would capitalize on some of those, and then I'd try to get neutral by selling like 0 day put spreads against it because I don't want to get rid of them over the weekend. So I want to try to just lock in as much, or buy a broken wing butterfly to the upside if we have a rally or something like that. I do one of those two things, probably a butterfly.
Yeah,
but don't you still have the up? Oh, you sold out the call side, didn't you, or you still have it?
I sold a part of it, so I still have those, but those aren't going to do anything, at this point.
Matt, he's the master at these.
I know this is where, listen,
he's good.
Troy doesn't love suffering. I know him as a friend and a brother. He doesn't love suffering, but he loves to trade during suffering. Or no, let me phrase this. He loves to trade during the idea of when the market is pricing in the possibility of suffering.
Yeah, that's better.
Is that fair?
Much better way to say it.
Speaking of suffering, sorry, I just got to say this. Dan, has anybody ever talked about crazy moves on Thursday? We had 100-point move yesterday. No, never. We had 100-point move yesterday. Well, yeah. Here's what I need. Sorry, we're all over here. By the way, the chat. Keep it coming, chat. You guys are on fire today. We opened yesterday 69.15. Okay.
Yeah.
We pump up 30 points. We crash almost 100 points.
Right.
We close basically unch. We close like within 10 points of open. Like here's what I'm missing in my portfolio. I have so many Thursday plays. What I'm missing, I need to get some with a profit target and a mean reversion. That's just what I need. I need to get some buying a strangle, and I have so many, but they're all ride or dies. And I need to start adding some in that have profit targets because I had one yesterday that bounced back, still closed for a nice profit, but it didn't close for the 300% that it was up. So
wow,
that's what I'm going to be working on this week because I'm just telling you, Thursdays the pain has continued. And what's interesting is 90-point move, finish unch. Imagine if you were just somebody who bought a 30 wide fly at open and it didn't do anything. And you saw it get wrecked to the top, did nothing, get wrecked to the bottom, did nothing, and it closes in the middle.
Yeah. Crazy I mean, isn't that the story of this year? I mean, even a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, you have basically, you could say we're still in the 68, 7,000 range in SPX. I know we're looking at futures now, but you've had a nice volatility, but you're racing. I mean, when you think about it, was it like earlier in this week, we hit 68, didn't we hit 68.20 or something? Then the next day,
yes,
right?
Yes.
We almost hit what, 69, 50.
50.
I mean, we're up
No, we
100,
did. Yeah.
140 points in one day, and then we slam it. So we're, it's this cute, cute range bound, but it's doing some speed here back and forth, but it's giving you a nice premium as range bound trades, but it can cause a bit of a fit depending, like you said, you got double kill, you got a trade with huge profit, and then hour later it's like, where'd that go?
Well, and here's the thing, you can back test high level. OO's been around for we've been a long time, been around for 4 years, and people have been trading on these back tests. We have a community that's got literally thousands and thousands and thousands of trades under their belt, right? And like individual people with thousands and thousands of trades under their belt. And in general, I would say there's been a shift towards in 2022, the market was so dumpy and VIX was so sticky. I mean, we forget it sold off we sold off almost 30% or maybe 30%, 35% in 2022. A lot of people took profit targets on things. And then as we got more data, the back test, a lot of back test for things like strangles, straddles, calendars, diagonals, a lot of back tests showed, hey, it's actually more profitable to catch the convexity events, like the events that really go rather than just dinking and dunking. And this year, just anecdotally, that hasn't been true because there hasn't been as much follow through as we've had in years past. So we have a day like yesterday where there's a 100-point move and we close within 10 points. And it's like,
that's why everybody's getting wrecked. I mean,
that's why, yeah. And same thing for people going on the other side of it, which they're selling premium. Like imagine you're selling premium all the way up, all the way your downs get blown out. I think MEIC people actually did pretty good yesterday. MEIC people in the chat, let me know how you did yesterday. But my impression is that yesterday actually wasn't terrible for them because on the way up, they probably were selling calls that never got violated. And then on the way down, they were probably selling puts that never got violated as we climbed back up. So I don't know. Yesterday at least had strong trends both direction. But yeah, for sure. Challenging market. And when you have these huge moves and then you finish unch, it's like, unless you're just somebody who buys an at the money butterfly every day blindly that's wide and doesn't close it, a lot of other people were less than enthused by the price action for options.
Let me ask you a quick question. Do you notice, I haven't done a ton of them, but I've done some iron condors and never done really the multiple entry like Tammy and a lot of the folk, and they do a wonderful job on that. Would you say the people that are doing the MEICs, are they okay when they start them, right? And I know that varies. I know when I was interviewing Tammy, she had mentioned sometimes she may wait till like 11, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And just to make sure, we have some type of range. But when they enter, are they entering the whole iron condor? Or are they saying, okay, at 11 o'clock, what if we're in the upper end of the range?
They're doing the whole, there's different versions, but most people are doing the full condor the whole time, which is why like a strong trending market is a lot of people enjoy that because then half the condor is always safe. So if they finish the day and they don't get blown out on some of them, then they've gotten half the premiums from some of the condors and maybe all the premium from the ones at the end of the day. So yeah, man,
have you seen people try to incorporate what's the new feature you guys have, the no breakout? Would that help it's
a good question.
In the IC type community?
Norb? Yeah.
Because you're
there have been people doing condors with Norbs. I think what the idea with a Norb is, I don't think it would lend itself to people doing a bunch of MEICs because then you're exposed to them stacking on top of each other.
I mean, that's right.
Again, depends on how you set the Norb up. But listen, condors have evolved. The way people trade them have evolved a lot. In 2022, what's funny, made me think of this because you mentioned a lot of people wait till after the news at 10 or after 11, the market, just give it time to digest the opening or whatever. And indeed, like yesterday, let's see, that move yesterday, 1347, is that it? Hang on, I'm looking at my chart. I'm trying to see when all the moves were, but the point I'm trying to make, in 2022, it was very popular to do an early entry iron condor, and just as a VIX bake-off play, a vol bake-off play, really. And so I did a ton of these where I was selling very high delta condors, but only a 0 day, and only staying in them for a few minutes, like 30 to 45 minutes. And there were times when 25-30% of the vol would just bake off.
Well, you make a good point.
And you got a ton of credit because you're selling, like I was selling like pretty close to, like I wasn't selling straddles or strangles, but it's pretty close to the money.
Well, you make a great point, because and that's the exciting thing when you get a great community like the old community, and you have a lot of workmen working on a chair, it gets better. I mean, we've done like quite a bit in the last year. Folk have been doing this 30-day iron condor, right? Excuse me, 0 day, 30 delta iron condor. You do it at like 10:02. So you make sure you do it at 10:02, and it's a 30 delta. So you get a heck of a credit, but you're only going to be in it max. I've never stayed in it that long because I'm not patient, but the idea is, and we had a couple students automate it in the OO, and you stay in and out. You're out in an hour and a half. So if you put it on at 10:02, you are out at 11:30, and that's the way it is right now. I get and that's worked very well, but it's the principle of, if you're getting a higher delta iron condor, it's going to bleed quicker than a 10 delta or 8 delta. So, but the thing is, you don't have the room, right? So you're trying to get in. All you need is, I've seen quite a few of them out in 15, 16 minutes. You're just looking for like 15%, 20% or something, 10%, somewhere up there, 10 to 20%. You're looking. So a lot of people, the ones I've done, never been in more than a half hour, right? For that, because it's a bleeding, but it's a different animal, right? And you got to I think it's a different temperament. Whereas a 10 delta or something, at least you can look at it and say, I've got a little bit more room. But if you look at, especially in a low vol environment, a 30 delta iron condor, it's like, if this thing opens the door and goes outside, you're in trouble, right? You don't have a lot of room on a 30 delta.
If it opens the door and goes outside, had plenty of those happen before.
It's like, what happened here?
The other thing, we used to call them HDICs, high delta iron condors. And before MEIC became popular, we would call them low delta iron condors. And the nice thing about HDICs is, when they move against you, you're still getting huge premiums. Like, you're not worried about the mechanics of the stop loss slippage and the bid ask and the market orders, because that's not how they make money. Like, they don't make money from that. They make money from, if they die quickly, you can get out early. And if they don't die quickly, your risk reward is just, there's a million ways to set them up. But the general idea is that the risk reward is you're getting a ton of juice because you're selling close. It's a vol crush.
And this version, a student was doing it, but this version came from, he had seen it on Tasty Trade.
Okay.
Kind of modified it just a tinge, but it was, I think Tasty Trade, and that's what I like. A lot of that when Tom through the years has done like iron condors and stuff, they'll go a little bit higher delta, right? So it's a better risk reward, right? And I think there's a place for that, right? To say that, hey,
yes,
if I faint and fall on the floor, I'm not going to lose much more than there's something to be said. Whereas to do a 10 delta iron condor, like 0 day, you got to know what you're doing, right? You have to have a master's degree in risk management because the stakes are high. Whereas if you're doing a 30 delta iron condor, you got a little more cushion if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, Dan, I love that analogy. What'd you say? If the door opens and it goes, gets outside, starts walking around. Hey, but that's why. Again, that's the advantage of those high delta condors, is you're not as worried about that, because you're taking enough juice to be worth the risk. And yeah, it's exciting times. What is the market doing right now? We're back. Listen, ES hasn't moved that much during the show. We're back down 62. VIX looks like it's going to open maybe around 21, mid 21s somewhere. Troy, what's the VIX 9-day going to do today? Troy, give us your take. VIX 9-day, where's it going?
Well, what is it?
Up and away.
What is it right now? It's at 16. No, that's impossible.
No, it hasn't. It doesn't print pre. So
I got you.
That's
21.
what I'm saying. I mean,
I can't speak to the VIX 9-day. I think there's a world, unless there's news immediately that's like Iran's going really well, we'll do more stuff next week. I think VIX. I like to be controversial. I could be completely wrong. I'm just going to guess. I think VIX closes above VIX 23 today.
Okay.
I think it's real. I mean, it's going to open. It looks like at 21.3.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's unreasonable with the Iran. Again, I don't know anything about the Iran, but when you look at it and you look at the last thing we did with Iran, right? I mean, it's going to be like, I'd be shocked if it wasn't totally precision, right? It's almost like even telling Iran, this is what we're going to do. You see that building there? It won't be there tomorrow. I can't imagine they're going to do something sloppy to cause a big problem. But the problem to me, what my concern is the ideology, and we don't know how they're going to react, right? I mean, did Russia know how Ukraine was going to react, right? I think that surprised a lot of people. 4 years later, they're like, we're still here. And Iran, I mean, they could, not that they would win, but they could create a mess, right? If they say, we're ticked off, we're coming after you, whatever. Now the U.S. is like, well, we didn't anticipate this. We wanted just a very precision, very nice, I don't know. I mean,
you know what we're not even talking about? We're not even talking about the Maduro raid. How that was like a month ago. I mean, there was a major military action in which, 100 airplanes or a large military action in which a leader of a country was removed overnight and the market didn't really do anything. I think Iran is orders of magnitude more significant. I'm with you, Troy, that it's orders of magnitude more significant. Yeah. And I kind of agree. Could see a VIX pop.
What's funny is the thing we're not talking about, and the thing that, I just am reminded sometimes because I forget myself. Dan Sheridan's son is like literally one of the experts on Iran in the whole world, which is funny to me. That's a different conversation. Not going to get into it. Keep everything personal, but just it is funny that like Dan's got smart kids. I just guys want to tell you that Dan's got really smart kids. So anyway, he's got
your dad. I'm going to be totally honest.
No, what Dan knows about the market, kids have interpreted, and it's turned into PhDs and all other subjects. So anyway, listen, you guys have a great rest of your trading day. There's no show at 11 this morning. I had a calendar conflict I have to do. No worries. We'll be back Monday.
Guys, be safe today. This weekend, everybody be safe. And
and if you're in Iran and you're listening, I mean, Godspeed. It's not you, it's me, it's the market. So please don't, we're just talking markets here. I don't wish you any ill will, but yeah, tomorrow's probably the day. That's right. So on that note, have a great trading day, and we'll talk to you guys soon.